The fight is OV. It's over. It's done. Hey, stay tuned. I'm going to give you my thoughts on it.
Guess they forgot who I am and what I represent, what I stand for. It's the king for a fall, but I outshot them all. They ain't talking just material, I'm talking overall.
Hello, sports guys. It's your boy Scott Freeman. The fight is over with. It was a damn good fight, man. I'm going to give you guys my thought process on this whole video, which, like I said, it was a really good fight. My prediction was, before we proceed, hit the subscribe button, hit the bell icon button, and make sure that you know the next videos are coming out. Share it with your fam. Share it with your people, man. Let's keep this channel growing. But anyway, back to the video. Kell Brook got knocked out. 4th round. About a minute something left in the round. But anyway, my fight prediction was that Bud was going to win the fight. I was just straight up. Let me tell you that. Bud was going to definitely win the fight. I already knew it. But I did think it could possibly be an upset because it seemed, I didn't know if these guys were scamming or whatever else. But anyway, I had my thoughts on Bud winning the fight. And Bud pulled it out. The first round started out, it was a filler round. You know, Bud always starts off slow. I don't know if you guys know that or not, but for the people who have watched Bud all the time, you'll know Bud always starts out slow. And I got to drink a little bit of water, man, because I was watching the fight and was drinking a little bit. I didn't think your boy was going to make it through the whole damn fight. I just really didn't. But it's cool. I'm glad that Bud pulled it off because I want to see the Spence fight. But back to what I was saying is, Bud is always a slow starter. He came out, he was feeling Kell Brook out first round, second round. Kell Brook was really landing a lot of jabs. It was kind of confusing Bud. I ain't gonna say confusing him. I think he had to keep switching up his game plan. He kept switching from orthodox to southpaw and back, and until he found a way of getting a little bit more success. When he went back to southpaw, it stopped the jab. But you know, southpaw leaves you open to a straight right. So Kell Brook was kind of, he was doing good at first 2-3 rounds. He was doing those jabs and landing a lot of good stiff jabs, keeping Bud at bay. But it only lasts for so long because Bud started turning up the volume like he always does. 4th round, bam! Man, he knocked that dude out with a jab. It was actually a counter jab, what it was, because he countered him, timed him, bam, jabbed him, and Brook went back like that. You can see Brook was really out on that one. And I was like, damn, what the hell happened? You know what I mean? Something wrong? You know what I mean? Because it caught me off guard. You know what I mean? It's like I blinked, he got caught with a straight jab. You know what I mean? I'm like, damn. But anyway, referee came in between them, pulled him back. Bud was eager to go ahead and finish him off. You can't be hurt fighting Bud because Bud is one of the best finishers in the business. Bud came right back out, boom, 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 put him out. And Kell Brook at the end was like, what happened? You got knocked the hell out. That's what happened. Straight up, you got knocked the hell out. But like I said, Bud won the fight, man. I was happy about it. When the fight was over with, they talked to Bud post-fight. Matter of fact, him and Bob Arum were standing there side by side. They asked Bud about the fight. He said, yeah, man, I had to make adjustments. Had to get my timing together. And he said, once I did that, you know, it was good. So they asked him, who do you want for your next fight? And so Bud looked directly at Bob Arum like, see what this fool gonna do, you know what I'm saying? But Bob Arum stood up. Bob Arum was like playing it up because you know what? He don't have Lomachenko no more. He still has Bud. But, and you know, Bud is pound for pound. Bob been playing him down for years. You know how it is. You know how they do black fighters anyway. But so now Bud has to make sure that he starts keeps keeping himself. Well, not Bud. Bob has to keep promoting Terrence Crawford because if he don't, Terrence Crawford's already on the cuff of leaving, man. He already said if he can't secure these big fights, because Terrence is all about legacy. You know what I'm saying? Terrence ain't out here. Everybody wants money. That's what it's about. You know, you want money, but you want the legacy. And Bud is really about who is the best. You know what I mean? The people like Bud, Earl Spence, those cats want to see who's the best. But anyway, Bob did step up and say, hey, Terrence Crawford is pound for pound the best. He'll beat, what did he say? He said he beat Spence and he'll beat, what else did he say? He said he'll beat Spence and he'll beat Danny Garcia. He said he beat them both in the same night. That's what Bob said Terrence Crawford to do. So they saying that, you know, they want to see who he'll fight next. You know, maybe the winner of that fight or whatever else. But Bob said that they were in negotiations for Pacquiao. And I think they were going to fight across seas. But because of the COVID and all that other stuff that was going on, that they didn't think they was going to have a live crowd, so they stopped the negotiations. So Bob said the money was there. the money is still there, and they'll talk back to Pacquiao and see if Pacquiao can fight before Ramadan, right around springtime sometime, either before or right after. So that's what Bob said he's shooting for. But man, Bob always blowing smoke. You guys already know that. It ain't nothing new with Bob. Bob is like the same song over and over and over again. Because Loma got beat, now he's going to embrace Terrence Crawford a little more because Terrence Crawford's getting ready to leave. But hopefully he get the Pacquiao fight because I'm tired of watching him fight bums. You know what I mean? I'm sick of that. The meme machine and people you ain't never heard of. Next thing you know, they're going to go all the way to Mars and find somebody who's undefeated and Terrence going to beat him down. Man, enough of that shit. Let him fight. If Bud can't fight Pacquiao, he needs to fight Earl Spence. If he can't fight Earl Spence, fight Sean Porter. Those are the next 3 fights that Bud needs. Nobody else. And the reason why I say that is because everybody wants the Pacquiao fight. Earl Spence wants the Pacquiao fight, right? We all know that. Earl Spence said that he would love to fight Pacquiao next. If he can't get Pacquiao, he'll take Terrence Crawford. Not take Terrence Crawford. He wants to fight Terrence Crawford next. If he gets past Danny Garcia. So let's just say he gets past Danny Garcia and he doesn't get that fight. He doesn't get the Terrence Crawford fight first. He lands the Pacquiao fight. Well, then who's Terrence Crawford going to fight in the meantime? I don't want him fighting Snoopy. You know what I mean? Maybe Keith Thurman. But Keith Thurman needs to take on a fight and show that he's back. You know what I mean? So if he can't get that, the perfect fight for him would be Sean Porter. That's who he needs to fight. And I know he said he don't want to fight their friends and all that. And Bud needs to get over this butt hurt stuff. Man, they didn't want to fight me. They wasn't calling my name out when they had a belt. So what? You know what I mean? They wasn't calling Earl Spence out. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of people. When you're on top, these cats want to see just how long they can stay on top. They haven't been making that kind of money like they are now, millions and millions of dollars. You know what I'm saying? So they trying to ride that wave out. And so to be honest, I don't think any fighter is scared of another fighter, but I think they respect another fighter. And they like, look, I want to take this fight over here because this fight over here is a little harder. So I'm going to go to the easier route and still make almost the same amount of money. Now, when Sean Porter, remember when he didn't want to fight Earl Spence at first? He kept saying, man, I got to do my mandatory. He had to fight Ugas. Now, really, when he fought Ugas, he could have been fighting Earl Spence. But what did he say? Nah, I don't want to do it. Which was cool because guess what he did? He gave enough time for Earl Spence to go fight Mikey Garcia. And what that did was that helped him raise his stock up. You guys know that because they packed Jerry's World. You know what I'm saying? Earl Spence brought that in. And a lot of people say it was Mikey Garcia, which you know it wasn't. It was Earl Spence because Earl Spence, no matter what fight he's been at, has always had a pretty good crowd. They brought about 45,000 people over to Jerry's World. So Earl Spence has a big following down there in Texas. So that would help because it helped show that he can produce and sustain a pay-per-view fight, right? So now, when he went back out to Sean Porter the next round, what did Sean Porter do? Sean Porter's like, hey, I'm all for it. You know why? Because the money was right. That money, you know what I'm saying? He knew he could be on pay-per-view. So that's why he took the fight. You know what I mean? So now, when you look at it, Earl Spence fought Sean Porter. So now, I think it's only right for Bud Crawford to fight Sean Porter, which I hope is him and Earl next. I really do. The fight I want to see next, let me just make that simple. I'm going to make that straight up clear. Earl Spence should fight Bud Crawford next if he can't get the Pacquiao. Because Pacquiao comes with a belt and an even bigger payday. With Pacquiao, if Earl fights Pacquiao, then it'll be probably about a $20 million payday for Earl. You know what I mean? Because the pay-per-view numbers are going to be huge because Pacquiao is known all over the world. You know what I'm saying? And you guys say, oh, man, stop with all that, man. Let him fight me. I don't care who you are. You would do it, too. Would you fight Pacquiao for a belt, a legend that's getting ready to retire, and make about $20 million? Or would you fight Bud Crawford for a belt and possibly make about $10, $15 million? You know what I mean? Earl might stand to make $30 or $40 million with Pacquiao. Because Pacquiao is world renowned. You know what I'm saying? It's all over the world. Everybody knows who Pacquiao is. So you think about it. He get on that world stage. He beats Pacquiao. Guess what? Some of Pacquiao's fans are going to become his fans. That's how it works. You beat a champion, you're going to get some of their fans and vice versa. You know what I'm saying? So if it were me, I would do the same thing, and you would too. So stop all the silliness, man. If Earl can land the Pacquiao fight, he should do so. If not, take the Bud fight next, and let's get this on, man. You know what I mean? But if he does get the Pacquiao fight, I think Crawford should fight Sean Porter. You know what I mean? Because I don't want to go see him fight another tomato can. I don't. I'm tired of watching him fight tomato cans. That shit done got old. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to see him do like this Teofimo Lopez, get this and that. He's talking about fighting somebody down in damn Australia. That's going to be on another video, guys. But that's straight up no chaser. Why don't you guys leave your thoughts in the comment section. It was a good fight. Make sure you like, subscribe, and share. Hit the bell icon. And we'll keep on keeping these videos rolling, man. This channel's hot, heating up. Man, come on, man. You know how good it is. Anyway, guys, hey, like I said, straight up no chaser. Man, so until next video, man, hey, man, I'm out.